Hey everyone. Today we're going to talk about Warren Buffett, one of the most highly regarded investors of all time, one of the richest people in the world. We're going to look at Warren Buffett's secret to building wealth that had nothing to do with picking the right investments.
Welcome to Wisdom and Wealth, where we talk about the human side of money. Join us as we dive beyond the numbers, unpacking the psychology of money to equip you with the tools you need to be wise in wealth.
Welcome back to another episode of Wisdom and Wealth. I'm Brendan Frazier, your Chief Behavioral Officer at RFG Advisory. And the place that we have to start in order to understand what Warren Buffett did is with a simple math problem. So let's do this math problem together. What is 8 plus 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 8? Take a minute, look at it, flash back to your days in elementary school. And yes, that's correct. The answer is 72. Now, let's do one more math problem. We're going to switch out those plus signs, the addition, for some multiplication. What is 8 times 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 8? And I would sit here a little bit longer and give you some time to do that, to calculate it, to come up with the answer, but at this point, no one's ever gotten it right. The answer is over 134 million. And I show you this to help demonstrate the difference between linear and exponential numbers. Linear and exponential growth. Our brain is really, really good at understanding and comprehending linear growth. But where our brains fall short, what we don't do so well is grasp the power of exponential and compounding growth. That's why compounding's been called the eighth wonder of the world. And so now let's take a look at what this means when it comes to Warren Buffett. We're going to throw this graphic up on the screen that shows what Warren Buffett's net worth from the time that he started investing when he was young until he turned 92 years old. And you can look at the numbers. The numbers are interesting, they're fascinating, but even just zoom out for a second and look at the growth that happens in the later years of his life. Look at age 59. He's got just a little over $3 billion when he's 59 years old. Fast forward to 92, and now he's worth $109 billion. That is a graphic that represents the power of compounding. We all tend to think that Warren Buffett's wealth, his net worth, is just largely attributed to his investment prowess. And he is a great investor. There's no doubt about that. But to show just how much it had to do with time compared to investment prowess, let's take a look at another example that comes from Morgan Housel's The Psychology of Money. Let's say that Warren Buffett was just like the rest of us, like he was one of us. And he started investing at age 30 with $25,000. And he decided he was going to invest until he was 60 and retire and sail off into the sunset and start living off of his savings. So we're saying, what if Warren Buffett took $25,000 at age 30, invested for 30 years until he was 60? And what we're also going to do is we're going to say, hey, Warren, you get to use your same returns that you earned over that time period. So Warren Buffett still gets his investment prowess, but we're taking away the power of time. And if Warren Buffett started at age 30 with $25,000 and he invested for 30 years until he was age 60 and then quit, his net worth would be $11.9 million. A little bit less than the $3 billion that he was worth when he got to age 59 or 60 in real life. The point here is that Warren Buffett is a great investor, but his real secret to building wealth isn't his investment prowess. It's not how great he is at selecting investments. Warren Buffett's secret is time. His secret is allowing the power of compounding to work in his favor. Now, most of us may never have billions of dollars, but that doesn't mean that we can't still leverage the power of compounding to help continue growing and amassing our own personal wealth. And in order to do that, it requires two key things. Number one is you got to start. Compounding can't start until you start. You have to get money to work and get it invested. We saw that in the example of if Warren Buffett had waited until he was 30, you could see how that impacted his overall return. That's why the best time to start doing something, whether it's working out, eating healthy, or investing your money, is always yesterday. You have to start so the compounding can start. But number two, and just as important, is you've got to stay the course. There's only one way to take away the power of compounding, and that's to interrupt it or disrupt the course. In order for compounding to work, it has to start and it has to keep going without interruption. What that means is, in order for your investments to compound, they have to stay invested. What he didn't do was decide at some point along the way that the markets were too scary, that there is too much uncertainty, that because this president got elected that he didn't want to stay the course and stick with it. Warren Buffett started early and he stayed the course, and you could see from that graph the power of compounding in terms of accumulating his wealth. Warren Buffett's secret isn't his investment prowess. His secret is time, and that secret's available to all of us as well. If you have any thoughts, if you have any questions, as always, reach out to your advisor and let them know. Until next time, stay wise and wealth.